We actually have two representatives of Scaleway here today with us. Andrea.
Hey, how are you?
And Marcel.
Thanks for having us.
Can you guys introduce your role at Scaleway and a little bit about what you do?
Of course. Well, my name is Andrea, and now I work as a startup evangelist for Iberia, for Spain and Portugal. And basically, we have like the startup program where you are, so we are very happy. And basically, we have this program to help startups grow, giving them cloud credits, so they can test their product, and then we can help them grow from like 6 up to 1 year. So it's interesting for us because we want to help startups thrive and grow. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So my role as a solution architect, I'm helping customers find the right solution from our ecosystem. So I'm helping to design the compute infrastructure with our products, be there for answers, also helping to get connected. If we have some questions, we need to elaborate, like the product management to find solutions for edge cases, and need to help us the sales team, and of course our colleagues from the startup team to get all our customers ready to use Scaleway.
Can you tell me a little bit about the startup ecosystem in Spain? Now you've been with Scaleway for 2 months, right?
1 month.
1 month, okay. and you're helping Scaleway build the Iberian presence.
Yes.
Would you say that Scaleway has an existing Iberian presence, or is this a new initiative?
It's a new initiative. We are not here yet, but we're looking forward to onboard like a lot of Spanish startups. And why? Because Spain actually, like our ecosystem is quite promising. We just raised from like 10 million to 46 million. Yeah, we have like very good like unicorns like Globo, Wallapop, Cabify, Japan Talent, Flywire, like several of them. And being in Iberia makes our ecosystem very attractive for the rest of Europe, because now before COVID everyone can actually work remote, so they can come here, work from here, but also a lot of startups, they want to base their companies here. So we are like the perfect ecosystem, and we are trying to like put Scaleway in the map.
What would you say is the impetus for more and more companies seeking to come and actually headquarter themselves here in Spain?
Okay, first, like the climate. I know, like I don't know if you come to Valencia, like you have like 100 days of sun. Like where do you get it? Like no one, like nobody else like have this in Europe. And then it's quite cheap compared to the rest of Europe. We also have like attract a lot of talent from abroad, especially Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Malaga, which is going to be like the next hub in Europe. So yeah, I think that's very interesting for startups.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcel, can you speak on, does Scaleway have any plans, or do they already have regions, cloud regions in the Iberian area?
Well, for now we focus on our data center regions around Madrid, Amsterdam, and Warsaw. So of course, if customers will need data centers, actually we have the opportunity to do so. I think we will consider it, but for now they are not local plans.
Interesting. Are there any regions, upcoming regions, or additions to regions that you could share with us today?
I'm not sure about that yet. I'm not so deep in the company strategy. For maybe there's something I don't know, so it's not really specific.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say is the sort of the most satisfying part of guiding customers as a solution architect to the Scaleway cloud platform? Where are customers typically coming from? Are they coming from some of the big clouds that we know of? And why technically would they pick Scaleway?
Oh, it's a really interesting question to me. So customers are coming from literally everywhere. We have customers starting the journey to the cloud from bringing their on-premise systems to the cloud. They're also, of course, coming from big players like AWS, Azure, whatsoever. So we in Scaleway believe in multi-cloud technologies. So also to enrich your own infrastructure and not only focusing on like one player. Let me elaborate. So if you have like customers in the US, you obviously want to go with a provider who is locally available, who is regulated by the company, by the country. But if your customers are like in Europe, there's nothing holding you back to also use a local player like Scaleway, especially because we are regulated here by all GDPR-related things. So we have the highest things to achieve when it comes to data privacy. So actually, I have to say, this new US government, because we are not a US company, we could say like, okay, we need to get the data from this customer. We are not legally binding to this. And I believe it's also a good thing when you have your customers in the region to go with a player who is in the region. So not to be like with one player and spin across the world and only attached to its regulation while you are based as a company providing the service, but be aware of the regulation for your customers.
Mm-hmm. So you're really promoting that customers can use regions with other cloud providers that they may already have, but if they can find a way to bring Scaleway into that picture, you support them and you actually help them, and you have a number of product offerings we'll catch up on later that actually support a multi-cloud framework architecture. So
yeah.
Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about a day in the life of Andrea, the community evangelist, all the way from walking into the office, if you are working from an office or if it's remote, what's kind of your routine? What are the pulse points that you like to check on first?
Okay, so basically, like, I'm working remotely as well because like our main headquarters is in Paris, but we go once a month to share with the team because we are like a lot of evangelists at the moment. We're starting like in Italy, also in Israel, in Germany, Poland, France, Spain, and of course Portugal, and also the Netherlands. So we are basically working as a squad, trying to spread the word. And after all, my mission and like my day, it's talking to accelerators, incubators, working spaces, tech, and innovation hubs, where we can really find the startups and talk with them so we can onboard them. So basically, also mapping the ecosystem, having meetings with them, having meetings with startups, going to events, coming to these kind of shows where I can also like talk with the other peers, which is great. And basically that's my day, trying to people fall in love with our brand because now our mission as a company is to position Europe as a top tech ecosystem. And in order to do that, we need to create community, and we need to help startups, especially seed and growth stage, to like grow, and because we want to grow with them. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
It was interesting because, and this is sort of a personal anecdote, but I've been following Scaleway for some years. And I know that your CEO, what is your CEO's name?
Jan Michel.
Yeah, Jan Michel?
Jan Michel.
Huh?
Jan Michel.
Young Michel. Yeah.
No, Michel.
Michel.
Yeah.
Michel. Okay. Okay. So Scaleway was originally part of the GaiaX program, which was leading, let's say, a cloud transformation for Europe, and was trying to get more and more European companies to be chosen or prioritized, let's see, both in the government regions and the private region, the startup region. But you know, it was interesting to see how he became dissatisfied with GaiaX, because he felt, and you could see it as well, that suddenly Amazon was a sponsor, and Alibaba was a sponsor, and I think that he felt that it was betraying, let's say, the founding principles of GaiaX. So as I see it, Scaleway is sort of leading its own way in this charge toward a European cloud. Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. So I take everything what you said, like it's absolutely true. GaiaX was initially founded to become Europe more sovereign from US players, and you just said it, like bringing all the US players back to GaiaX. In my opinion, especially speaking for myself, it defeats the purpose, so it doesn't. So, and I think also it's going in the wrong direction. If we want to be Europe first and couple sovereignty, we should focus on the technologies we have here. We have to be open. We should not lock everything down. But I don't want to say something negative about AWS or something, but it's definitely a US company with US technologies, and having them in the lobby, it's not really what it was meant for, right?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I love AWS, and I have great relationships with a number of their employees. So it's not to say anything negative about these companies. I think what they're doing is great, but of course, as a European startup ourselves, we need to, be aware of the current status of the Cloud Act, information transfer, and serving our customers best with local clouds where it fits, where it makes sense.
Yeah, but also not just customers, also providers, partners, and also the context, because we are very, as well, our data centers are 40% less contaminated than the other ones. So yeah, we have like a 360 strategy where we're trying to build like a very ethical company with like a very strong mindset and Europe-based.
Marcel, do you know more about the technical specifications of the data centers and how they can be so green?
Yes, so we recently built like a very, very modern data center. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's one of the most modern, at least in Europe. We don't need so much energy, so I saw the figures. So because of the advanced cooling system, and cooling is a big part in energy consumption, we will save like about 35%, maybe 40%, just because we have a better cooling system. We save so much in water. We are really sustainable. Yeah, so this is one of the key parts. So sustainability in our data center is primarily to reduce waste of energy in water and all other resources.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, please, Andrea. My first question of KubeCon.
Okay. How's your experience being part of our startup program?
It's been great. I've really felt supported by your team, and I've already built some relationships with some of your French compatriots.
Yeah.
So I have a French account manager assigned to me, and we've already committed to bi-weekly meetings just to see where I'm at, if there's anything that I need. I'm also really looking forward, as a developer advocate, to go to France and speak, at the conferences, and really just promote, how we can promote European services together, and create the best sort of developer experience.
Nice.
I mean, we have more credits than we know what to do with, honestly. So if you're a startup out there, you're based in Europe, or even if you're not, and you want to take advantage of, I know that I've worked for some startups with very little money, and Scaleway is just a great option if if you need to spin up a stack and you want to test out, you want to get your your Kubernetes going, Scaleway has some really cool tech on for Kubernetes clusters, from Capsule, which with the CLI you can spin up a cluster in how many minutes, Marcel?
Well, I would say seconds.
Seconds, okay. You can spin up a cluster in seconds, which as a developer advocate is actually really useful, because when you're up on stage and you want to demo a product and you want to start from scratch, I would probably choose Scaleway because I can have a cluster up in seconds. So on the, actually this is a great segue for the multi-cloud products. We have about 8 minutes or so left. Marcel, could you speak a little bit about the architecture of Cosmos, which is that Cosmos is the Kubernetes cluster type of Scaleway that allows you to go multi-cloud?
Yes, of course. I will not keep it too technical, but the essence is like the control plane is able to integrate different Kubernetes nodes across different cloud ecosystems. So, and what we talked about earlier, it makes it pretty easy. So we want to have it streamlined. That's why we use container, right? So where you can basically get like one registry from Scaleway Docker Hub whatsoever, spin up the control plane, have it like in Cosmos, and say like, okay, I need a region in US, I go for, I don't know, AWS or server, but I also want one in Paris and in Warsaw to cover almost everything of Europe. So I get Scaleway into the boat, I just get my credentials in it, or my CTLs, and I'm ready to go. It's easy, you can do it either like with command line tools, if you like to do so like myself, or you can just do it on a GUI. So our console is people say like it's so easy to use. I mean, like,
And you even have Terraform support.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So our products are API first, and we really promote also to use infrastructure as a service and infrastructure as a code. So especially in those use cases. So write it once, build it like 100 times, do it like everywhere. Why we use Kubernetes, it's exactly the same. Yeah. So we build it once. We build our container, we push it up, we use our scripts, we want to modify something, we maybe use our YAML and just change one line, we're good to go. And this across regions, across providers, across the world.
It's so cool, I love it. You even have a load balancer that's also multi-cloud, correct?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So our load balancers are actually also designed to get the best out of our products. So they are basically developed for all.
So for any startups that might be watching us either now or in the later recorded stream, if they want to get some of these cloud credits and build clusters in seconds, how would they go about that?
Basically, they go to our website and they're going to see like startup programs. They can apply. We have like one batch per month. So it's from the 15th to the 15th. They apply, review the applications, and then we pick up like 10 startups, and then we can give them the cloud credits. But it's not just that, it's also that we have a community. So basically, almost 300 startups went through our program. So one of the important things when you are starting something is that you have to know the right people. So we do like a lot of events for them, online webinars, like different stuff, so they can actually feel supported and they can know other CEOs or other talents from different startups, which is one of the main focuses, like our value proposition is network. And being part of like a tech community that support each other. And at the end, for example, if you want to come to Spain and you can get to know some Spanish startups, I can actually help you land here, and also the other way around.